Hello, welcome to another video about Promtek's Condor system. Today we're going to be looking at the scheduling of the system, so how we schedule in production to be made. Now, there's two ways to get into it. We've got the bar on the left hand side that we can utilize, or we can click on the schedule picture here. Now we're going to go into the blending. The scheduling module on this comes within the MES module for Condor, and we can put in multiple schedules for each production facility. Some production facilities have just one production line. Others have multiple production lines, and you may want to actually schedule your recipes and your production by production line. In here we can see that we've got a number of batches that are actually in progress at the moment. So each one of these lines is a work order. The work order pertains to batches, and the batches go back to the finished product and the recipes. There is videos on how those work within Condor, and please go back and have a look at them if you're interested in that. We're going to start with the basic features of this page. So as we come in here, we can see that we've got a color key at the top. Let's get the color key open so we can see what's what in this screen. So we can see that we've got these different sections of not synced, completed, partially completed, in progress, contamination, and aborted. All of these color codes you'll notice are on this left hand side in this notification tab here, and this shows you whereabouts it is. So we can see at the moment that this batch at the top here has been completed, so that's been done, and we can see on the progress bar here that we've made 2 of those, so 2 were required and 2 were made. Moving further along, we can see the formula that it pertains to, the product it pertains to, and we can also see the contamination rules. So contamination can be set within material and within finished product, and these then get basically pulled into the schedule as we schedule up the workload for the day, so that we can actually power the contamination rules that we've got within the Condor system. We can see here that the blue means that this one is partially completed, so we need 4 of these particular batches to fulfill this work order, and we can see that at the moment only 1 of those 4 has been made. Again, moving down, we can see here that we've got 1 that is in amber, which means that it's actively in progress. So this one's actively being produced as we speak. As we come further down, we can see a line here that's in red. Now, the reason the line is in red is because we have got this decox product in here, and in the contamination, if I pull over these, we can see that we've got a nice big red banner that comes up and tells us that the decox is not compatible. We'd have to do some kind of a flush. Now, the reason that we do it this way is because what we can allow is we can allow movement within. So I can drag and drop these. So if I was to drag that up to there and let the contamination rules go through, we can see that we've got a success now. So this is a production schedule that we could send down to the control system without having any contamination rules. And the reason that we're doing it at this point is that you want to actually catch that contamination issue before you send it down to the process control system during the planning stage of your schedule. So again, if I pull this one back and put it after there, we can see that that's brought up an error again, and again it puts in, and it gives us a bit of an information as to why that would happen. Other features within the actual schedule is the requirements. So if I click on requirements, this will actually show me the ingredient requirements needed to produce that schedule. So when I've done my planning for the day and I've worked out what batches it is that I want to make and what I want to get out the door, I can come into my ingredient requirements, and this will tell me if I need to get some. So I can see down here that I have actually got some ingredients in which I would need to actually get stock into the system for to be able to create that actual production work orders for the day. I hope that's been useful of seeing the basic features of the scheduling. During the next video, we're going to go more into depth and show how we can actually pull through the schedule and find more and more useful information. I hope that's been an enjoyable video. Please stay tuned for more. Thank you.